So I'm curious, as bloggers, how you like to be pitched stories.
Wait, first let me ask you, what's your Twitter handle for your startup?
At My Directive.
My Directive? All right. So everybody tweet that. We need to help at My Directives find out how they can get engaged in Twitter. And you guys can probably give her some good advice.
So I actually hate the idea of pitch. So I really don't want to be pitched. So I guess, I think that's my thought is you don't pitch. You create a relationship. You show something that's interesting, that's worthy of a story, that's worthy of writing about, or you go the paid route.
Don't ever go the paid route. Do not ever buy followers. It is a complete waste of time. And then what you have is a whole bunch of useless followers.
It kills your credibility too.
There are ways to legitimately pay for coverage or other ways.
You can pay for coverage, right? But I mean, you see those things. I just want to be clear on that. There's all these things they'll say, buy 5,000 Twitter followers. You think, well, my boss wants me to have Twitter followers. I'll buy 5,000 of them. And now you got 5,000 useless spam followers. So, I'm sorry, I digress.
Esther, I kind of disagree. I don't mind being pitched to, because I blog. Personally, when I blog, I don't mind being pitched to. I'm not going to write about it if I don't find it interesting, because I blog about things I'm interested in and want to get the word out about, and that I know that's going to affect my healthcare or my family's healthcare. So I don't mind being pitched. I think it opens up some great opportunities for dialogue that I might not otherwise come across.
Yeah, I agree. So just speaking on sort of my other hat, I love being pitched to for the ProMed Network, and I think it goes back to what John was saying, though. It should hopefully start with the relationship. So hopefully, you've identified folks that would care to know about the stories that you have to tell, and so start building those relationships now. And then when you have something, make sure it's relevant. Know who you're talking to. Make sure it's relevant in their cone of interest, and then you're likely to catch their attention. But I mean, I feel for you. So I work for the big brand now, but I'm a former journalist, former PR flack, used to work for startups, had my own startup, and worked for the big brand. So I've been pitched. I've done the pitch. It's a necessary piece of what we do. Just make sure that you're building the connections and you're making whatever story you have to tell relevant to what they care about. And if they're smart, they'll pay attention.
And I mentioned
Can
earlier.
we have Neil's perspective as a journalist?
Yeah, I was going to say, as a journalist, I get hundreds of pitches every week, particularly in the month leading up to him, because everybody exactly. So some that I've never heard from before, and one pulled my, they pull my names out of directories without even bothering to figure out what I do. I mean, I get the pitches anyway. Some that pitch directly to my blog that I kind of laugh at. It's like NursingSchoolsOnline.com or something like that. We've written this piece here that we think will be, obviously they're trying to draw traffic to their own site with SEO optimization, so that sort of thing. But my advice when you pitch, there's nothing wrong with a good pitch. I would, for me personally, take the time to figure out who you're pitching and don't just pull a name out of a directory or just click a link off of Twitter. Take the time, go to the site, read what they're all about, so you can then make sure that the pitch is relevant to that site. That will get your response more than anything. I am more than happy to meet at HIMSS with people who I've developed relationships with over the years. I really don't like when people send me follow-ups 24 hours later saying, we have this contest, why don't you come by our booth? And this was while I was trying to knock out a story this morning about stage 2 meaningful use, which, in case you hadn't heard, is a pretty big story around here. But some people on the vendor side were, schmoozing the clients this morning, which is what they need to do, and didn't hear about what was going on with ONC. So, yeah,
So we're out of time now, so I just want to thank the panelists for sharing.
Thank you, guys.